Hello singers! Welcome to a new episode of Vocals on Stage. Today's vocal tip is all about vocal health and how to get rid of vocal tension and vocal fatigue. What causes vocal fatigue? Vocal fatigue can have many causes, but assuming that the vocal folds appear healthy and normal, vocal fatigue often is due to something that we call muscle tension dysphonia. Muscle tension dysphonia is an improper use of the laryngeal and external muscles of the larynx and of the neck. So you're basically overusing your voice. Here are my 5 tips on getting rid of vocal fatigue and helping your voice remain healthy and balanced. Tip number 1, warm up. Daily vocalization will not only help your singing technique, but will also help you overcome a tired voice. Start with low volume and then gradually increase the volume as you go along. When your voice is already feeling tired, be extra cautious to avoid additional tension. Tip number 2, keep the weight off your voice. A tired voice often results from too much weight on your voice. What does that exactly mean? When too much mass of the vocal folds is vibrating and not enough air is flowing through the glottis, the vocal folds can easily get tired because they have to use a lot of the laryngeal external muscles. That adds additional pressure on the mucosal membrane of the vocal folds and gives us a feeling of strain and having to push and pull in order to produce the sounds we want to use. The voice can therefore get easily tired and feel burned up and rough. To avoid that, work with the pitch of your voice. Find a pitch that is comfortable. It might be a little bit higher than what you're usually used to talk. Raise the pitch gradually until you find that spot where you feel like the pressure is released. So maybe start lower, lower, and then go a little bit higher until you find, oh, okay, here it is. Here it is a spot where I would actually choose my personal speaking voice, where it feels comfortable, where it doesn't feel like I'm straining here, I'm pressuring here. It feels like there's actually no pressure at all. I would avoid vocal fry. Vocal fry is the lowest register. It's kind of like here. So try to not hang out too much there when you want to speak, especially if you want to avoid a tired voice. Tip number 3, give your voice a stretch. A great exercise that I can recommend for hoarse voices or for tired voices is the straw exercise. This exercise helps to stretch swollen or puffy vocal folds, which causes hoarseness. And it also helps to maintain an even airflow. I'm going to post a link to a video where Dr. Ingrid Tietze from the National Center of Voice and Speech in Utah is demonstrating this wonderful exercise. Tip number 4. Avoid clearing your throat excessively. Sometimes additional mucus is stuck between the vocal folds. And I know this is annoying and the sound that we produce therefore can be a little bit irritating, but sometimes excessive clearing of the throat becomes a habit or a reflex, right? We constantly do that. While sometimes the mucus can be removed by clearing your throat, it is on the other hand irritating for our vocal folds, and doing this repeatedly irritates the vocal folds and can result in hoarseness. Instead of clearing your throat, I would recommend to just either have a sip of water or cough out whatever you need to cough out. It can also help to gargle with warm water and salt to clear that mucus. Tip number 5, take care of yourself. A healthy voice does not come from an unhealthy lifestyle. Stay hydrated, drink enough water. It will keep the mucosal lining on your vocal folds moist and energize you. Sleep enough. Make sure you get enough sleep and enough rest, vocal rest and overall body rest. And try to avoid eating late at night or spicy foods. Those can cause acid reflux, which are not very beneficial for vocal health. I hope you enjoyed these tips on vocal health. If you experience vocal fatigue over a longer period of time, get yourself checked by a qualified laryngologist or a speech pathologist. Thank you for tuning in today. If you have any questions, send an email to contact@vocals-on-stage.com or just comment below.